Folks, welcome back to the channel. Semi-original guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advance Wars and BioWeb, bringing you another episode, live stream of the Cartel 2025 War Room ROM hack with improved AI, improved maps, improved COs, and an improved time, folks. That's what we got here today. Alrighty. So, let's just load up our thingamadig from last time. Boom. There we go. There we go. We are here. We are here, and we are ready. We are ready to go. Andy's Factory round 2, because the first time a rocket ruined everything for us, folks. A rocket, single rocket that did not get bullied, ruined everything. So, we are here to hopefully rectify that. And how are we going to rectify it? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. I was thinking about going grit, to be completely honest. I thought grit might have been kind of fun. So we're going to go grit. And we're going to get it done, folks. We're going to get it done, and it's going to be great. It's going to be the greatest game of all time. This map is based on high aims from the Advance Wars Returns, used with permission from VV. Destroy the factory pipe to triumph. And I'll tell you something special if you do it without losing a single unit. Move on, soldier. Alright, cool. This is what we got, folks. We got some units. And oh, what a bunch of units they are. Alrighty, so there was this thing up here, so that guy was annoying. What else was annoying? There's lots of things that were annoying. What's not annoying is this massive flippin' range on those missiles. That is some good range, folks. Solid range. Alright, we're just gonna do the double infantry. And then I'm gonna go over here because I remember now that there are some units that come. So we're gonna have to take care of those guys pretty quick. Fighting the old Andy. The old Andy Anderson. Let's see if we can get it done this time. So, I'll go down here. If I could actually capture this, that would be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. So maybe top priority is gonna be trying to get down here and capture it. I think that would be pretty cool. Especially if we pulled it off. So we will try. We will try to pull it off. And here comes the reinforcements. All right. The old battlecopter right there. Just out of range. I'm gonna build 2 grit tanks. And I'm gonna send 1 anti-air over here. And then that should be able to take care of everything that's gonna be coming from that area. Now, if I remember right from last time, there was only 2 waves of units that came. So we won't have to worry too much. Interesting. Well, we're going to be taking out the battlecopter because that's an immediate threat. Then I'll move right there. I'm not going to worry about the missile silo just yet. I'm going to see... I should be able to bait out the tank, so we're going to try to bait him. And then that's it. That's it. That's going to be the end of that turn. Alrighty. Here we go. Hopefully the tank will take the bait. And it did. Fantastic. Battlecopter is now in range to interrupt, so I cannot capture that. Rather annoying, but whatever. We will eliminate the fighter, because we can one-shot it, because we're grit. And we get to just do grit things. Now, what does more damage? 42. 29. Yes, Lou, this is a map from Advance Wars Returns. I read it at the beginning, and I don't remember what it's called now. But it is from Advance Wars Returns, so it's a carbon copy from that. It's one of the factory missions. So our job is just to go over here and blow this up. But we have to try to do it without losing a single unit, which is going to be a little bit difficult. But with enough, what do the kids call it? Strategy? Yeet? With enough yeet, we should be able to get it done. We are going to go a double arty and an infantry and end that turn. And the recon is not coming anywhere close to us, so that's perfect. Stay away. Also, Lou, how are you today? Friend, how are you? Are you doing good? You having a good day? I hope you're having a good day. There. Now you won't be able to capture that property. Very good. Wait, I gotta check this again. Yeah, okay. So I can move like all the way here and that'll be fine. Taking a break from your college. It's technically finals week, but my courses don't have finals at all. Oh, well, that's very convenient. The college that I work at, all the winter classes are all done now. The fall classes just started up, but I'm still at work there for like another 2 weeks until our prep is done for next year. But then we will be done shortly after that. And then I'm kind of on semi-vacation. I do have to work my other job for like another 3 weeks. But after that, then I'm on full vacation. And I'm going to have so much time on my hands. It's going to be great. Except my wife is going to make me do a whole bunch of yard work and stuff. Which is fine. I have no problem with that. At least I'll actually have time to do it, which will be nice. But I will be looking forward to that. But best of luck on your finals. Hopefully you get some good grades. Hopefully you pass your courses. This tank comes in. Medium tank goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll be fine. Right. Eliminate the... what was that? The infantry. Nice. I can still one-shot infantry, even as... or battlecopters, even as Grit. That is perfect. That's literally all I ask for in life. Still can't afford... a thing. Can't afford a rocket yet, so I guess we're just gonna have to go with the good old-fashioned trusty something. I'll build something. I haven't figured it out yet. Let's see. I got air pretty much covered. Let's just build a tank and artillery. That's it. That's all we need, folks. That's all we need. Get a tank, get an artillery. Now, these infantry are getting mega annoying. So I will have to deal with this. How far does this go? Only to there, but he's gonna get +1 movement next turn. Very good. That's literally all that I ask for, is just get some good luck. Now, if the Advance Wars by Web Discord staff decide to make me that moderator, then I'll get that 2% luck bonus. That's what I'm talking about. I would take the job just for the 2% luck. I have to retreat because I can't actually do anything about this yet. I'll just build a battlecopter over here to deal with those guys, and then that's pretty much it. I won't have to worry about it then. And we'll go up here, and we'll go over here. Double infantry. There we go. He can fix anything, guys. Also, the tile on the factory there totally just glitched out when he used his Super Coat power. I don't know if anybody saw that, but it totally happened. Bizarre mech pathing, okay. The classiest unit in Advance Wars is getting pretty close to my arty party over here. I'm gonna have to snipe attack just to take it out. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah. He would be able to double tap me if I went there. So we can't have that. It is not going to be happening today. But I should also be safe to take 2 engagements on this. Recon might come down, but he's not going to stop capturing. That guy's going to go into repair mode, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's stop that capture. That's pretty injured. I'm gonna need an extra tank. Extra little security tank down there. And I guess depending on where this recon goes. Or was that not a recon? That was a battlecopter. Might be an issue. Oh wait, I think I can attack with the... Yeah, get out of here. So it's a pretty hefty chunk of... Wait... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's not a good plan. There's not a good plan right there. Ooh. I think that's pretty defended, more or less. So that should be okay over there. Anna. Miss GV Anna herself. Welcome to the stream, friend. How are you? Hopefully you are doing well. We are just gritting our way through this one here. We'll see if the Range King can survive the onslaughts. That is Andy. He might be able to pull it off. I think he will be able to pull it off. And if he does, that would just be fantastic. I can't wait to buy a rocket. A rocket is going to be so much fun on this map. I can't wait. It's going to be great. In the meantime, we will just keep our unit count up. Now, these recons are going to come in and attack us, but we prevented every single possible 2-hit KO scenario. So we won't have to worry about that one, thankfully. But there is a soiled abomination on the way. And oh boy, it is coming up quick. I could triple tap it, actually, I think. What's the co-power looking like? Oh, yeah, that could be a pretty hefty little chunk right there. As a matter of fact, that is a pretty hefty little chunk right there. Don't mind if I do. There, that'll slow down that push. Need to get a grit medium tank on the front line. That's a 2-shot, so that's not happening. Now, how far is this 2-shot, though? Cannot go any farther than that. All right, cool. So, Anna, how are you today? You doing all right? You chilling? Hanging out? Having a good time? This battlecopter is spooked. He doesn't know what to do. He's intimidated. I think we just increased the infantry count. And then I have a free battlecopter now, so this guy can go over here now. Cool. Chill out right there. This guy can go get heals, and then he'll be effective again pretty soon. And that's it. Good turn. Slow crawl. Slow crawl turns. Oh no, he's hyper repairing. He's gonna reverse all of my missile damage. See, that's the only thing that kind of is unfortunate with fighting Andy in a missile map. Is like, he'll just be able to heal up the missiles if you can't get effective KOs. That's a problem. Ew. You Squid Game away there, buddy. Squids are very important. Some of the squids must defeat the other squids. I get it. It's very important. Eliminated. I guess I'm just gonna have to block myself because I really want to get this KO. Or not. I guess I could also not get the KO. That's totally a thing too, I suppose. But what I really want right now is a rocket. Get that guy over here. And then move up the squad. Move up the arty party. And then I really need an artillery down south so that I can lock down the base. So I'm going to have to just join those anti-air together in order to do that. I think that's what we're gonna have to do over here. Don't forget to capture that, capture this, and send this guy down. Alright, looking good. The soiled one. It's coming forth and taking engagements against the classiest unit in Advance Wars by Web. Such acts cannot go unpunished. Boom. Let me just check. Okay, he's not even anywhere close to getting the co-power. So I can definitely push up a little bit. Yeah, just enough. I'm also going to damage this chunk. That was too far. Where did the mech go? The mech is right here. Okay. So I can injure the infantry. Once. And then I'm just gonna go there. Start capturing this some more. And then I need more frontliners, but I'm gonna hold off for a second. Just a solid second before we decide to build any more frontliners here. So I can put a unit here, then make a wall sort of right there. Okay. So that'll be fine. End the turn. Well, here comes the fighter. So if I go in and attack this, there is the possibility that this mech will attack me and the infantry will capture. So is that a risk we want to take? I don't know. I don't know if that's really... Yeah. Because he would be able to attack, and then he could potentially attack with the battlecopter, and that could take out the anti-air. I think I'm just probably going to have to play it safe. I'm going to have to just run away. As much as I don't want to. I can't guarantee the safety of the anti-air, so I'll probably just have to leave. I fire? No, I can't fire with the backline one, so I have to fire with that one. Alright, so? You're half decent at the Squid Game, eh? Well, everybody knows that. Anybody that's ever witnessed GVanna, master of the squid, over on Twitch, they all know that GVanna is the best half-decent squid player of all time. It's not even a question. It's not even a contest. The matching is kind of booty cheek. It's kind of booty cheeks, kind of butt. Butt matches. Gotcha. Never give up. Alright, Andy, you capture your properties. It's fine. Still gonna get you. Look at this guy coming in, almost eliminating my infantry. What a butt. Cursed with Garbo teammates. Well, I mean, that's just online gaming in general. You know, you always blame your teammates, because it's always your teammates' like fault. Plain and simple. Now, what's Grit's snipe attack? Is that okay? So super snipe is the one that gets the additional firepower. We don't really need additional firepower though, but we are pretty close to it. So maybe, can I take just like a safe engagement somewhere that's like not gonna end up being really bad? Can I take another saving? Alright, I'll do that. But once you finally hit a good luck streak, enough to climb out of the ladder a bit and start getting matched with some people who are my level, I started winning more, yeah? That's good to hear. It's always good to win more. So I climbed from like 1800 to 2240. Wow. Top 500 in North America. Dang! What? I didn't know that we had a flipping big shot over here. Congratulations. That's pretty awesome. Top 500. That's quite the feat. You should be very happy with your performance. That's quite amazing. I don't think I've ever been top 500 in anything. At least no game like that. I think before Advance Wars, my biggest claim to any sort of fame, and it's not even fame, but I think the biggest thing that I managed to do was get like a top, I got like the 600th best time in like Resident Evil 4 on like PlayStation 4, but that was about it. MT, no live league game of the day today. Today is the War Room stream. Tomorrow there will be a live league game of the day, and it will be quite the battle. It will be a very long one. It's going to be like a full 31 days, folks. You have no idea what is going to happen. It's going to be wild. So definitely watch out for that one. It's going to be good. Alright, now that we took out that, you know what I could do is I could build a flippin' Grit Bomber. Top 500 in Advance Wars. Maybe MT, maybe. Depends. Depends on what that one is. You're gonna have to elaborate on which one it was. Because I think in the last day I was sent like 3 different games. And I have to pick them. I have to pick which ones we're gonna do. But in all reality, I'm just gonna do all of them. Before Advance Wars, biggest I'd done in was top 100 in Bloons TD Battles 2. Nice. Top 100. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid indeed. Oh wait, folks. You know what? I know exactly what my biggest claim to fame, so to speak, would have been before Advance Wars. This was back in the days of Xbox. So one summer, my friends and I, we decided to just go super try hard on one specific game, and that was Conker's Bad Fur Day Live and Reloaded for the Xbox. We spent the entire summer and, like, you know, additional time on top of the summer, and everybody in that game basically like hacked the game somehow so that they were #1 in something. But then you would also have to hold that #1 position. And I remember we hacked our way and we became #1 in like vehicle kills or something like that. So the entire summer we held the #1 position for vehicle kills, and it was great. And that's it. Also, for those of you that have played Conker's Live and Reloaded for the Xbox, great game. Wonderful game. Love it. Okay, let's get a rocket down here to start threatening all this stuff. He was 15th. Wait, what? What did I miss here? Hey, Barry. Nice to see ya. He was 15th ranked live, which is surprising to me because... Is that... Wait, is that the Hunch game? Because I know Hunch was really high ranked in high funds, right? Is that the Hunch game? Because if... No? Then which one was it? You must elaborate. The Bogeus game. Versus Bogeus. Oh! The Cannon Fodder game. Right? Yeah, the Cannon Fodder game. Yes. Yeah, that was a good one too. You know what? There was that one, and there was another one I was sent that is also like 30 days or whatnot. So yeah, there's gonna be, well, there's gonna be a lot of long talking in the next in the next couple videos. I'm gonna have to, like, I don't know, train my voice for this one, because it's gonna take a little while. Does a bomber one-shot an infantry or something? Because this is dangerous. This is super dangerous. This guy better not. Oh my god. This could be a game-ending scenario right here. I don't know what the roll on this is. Fluffy does have some pretty long games. I am trying not to lose units, but if we end up losing a unit, I'm not gonna, like, reset or anything. But if we can do it, that would be pretty cool. But I think we lose a unit here. Yeah, I think we lose a unit. This is going to be very sad. This is going to be very sad indeed. Pretty much the only thing that I can do is just play the defensive terrain game here. And hope that it works. Protect that guy. So this guy can go down here, so it would attack forest, city, forest. If I could snag out a co-power, I wouldn't have to worry about it, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Send in the bomber. Maybe I can scare it by building, I don't know, an anti-air. I'll scare it. And a battle copter. It won't know what to do. It's gonna retreat. Watch. It's gonna be glorious. He won't know what to do. Oh, well, if he's gonna use a co-power, now he's definitely gonna one-shot something. Bombers. They're OP. Classy boy of the sky. Yep. Redonkulous. Absolutely redonkulous. Well, we lost a unit. Very sad. It was a good arty, you know? It was one of the best arties out there. It was an arty that just wanted to party. Well, I don't know about that, cannon fodder. I don't know about that statement there, cannon fodder. I don't quite know. I don't know about that. You know? That's an iffy one. Them soiled abominations, you know. I don't know if we can consider them classy. there has been a lot of medium tanks being used. I don't know exactly why that is. I don't think that I necessarily have anything to do with that. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But I'm happy to see that the game is getting pretty classy these days. But I'm happy to see you back, Cannon Fodder. It's been a little while since I've seen your name pop up. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, you know, do some pretty cool stuff. Get some good games in there. See what's going on. Spam out a couple units here and there. Should be good. Need a little anti-air up there, folks. Gotta get them on the field. Another battle copter. Oh yeah, for those of you that don't know, in this ROM hack, every single CEO and every single every single CEO just functions differently in this. So Grit gets +1 range, obviously. Snipe attack gives you 2 range. Super Snipe will give you 2 range and firepower bonus. And I think the bars are the normal co-power and super co-power just cost more by like 1 star. Andy, on the other hand, he has normal hyper repair, and then hyper upgrade is just the same. It's just the same, but his he takes 1 more star to get his super co-power, I think is what it is. Yeah, and that's it. That's it for these guys, but everybody else is a little bit different. So battleships can attack air units. Missiles have 1 extra firing range. And then I think there's a couple other tweaks to like a couple various units here and there, but that's not like overly important in the grand scheme of things. Mostly the most important thing is just the fact that the missile is absolutely based. The missile, great. Greatest unit in Advance Wars here. Well, close to the greatest unit. That still belongs to the medium tank, folks, but the missile is definitely getting its day in the sun here, being able to cause massive carnage. And we're enjoying it. We are definitely enjoying the missile carnage. Oh, I'm very disappointed that we kind of lost the challenge here, though. That could have been pretty good. And now we'll never know what Hachi will tell us at the end of it. Hachi was going to tell us something super secret if we didn't lose a unit. But unfortunately now, since we lost a unit, we will never know what that super secret thing was. Who is it that's saying they did it last time? I think Ray. Ray was in the chat last time. He was saying that he did it, and he was going to spoil it for us, but I was like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. That would just be silly. But now that we failed, and that we're not coming back to it, I'm kind of curious. I want to know what he says. He's probably just like, oh, you wasted all your time doing this. Ha ha ha. And like, you son of a gun. There probably is something stupid like that too. That is something that Cartel would do. Make you do this big old challenge just to be like, oh, it didn't even matter. It says I was adopted? No. No, I know who my parents are. I don't know about Grit though. Maybe Grit was adopted. This man's just spamming out those powers. I think I might be able to destroy this. I gotta go in. I gotta go in and try. We might be able to do it here, folks. Let's see. 55. Oh no, I was reading chat and then I attacked the wrong unit. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, no, bio units are bleh. No, those guys definitely raise all their kids. There ain't no adoptions over there. I'll just attack there. Well, at least he just used his co-power so that now he won't be able to heal after I attack him. Which is pretty nice. That is pretty nice indeed. I'll be having a good time with that one. This missile over here, though, that guy's a pain. Alright, down south, what are we dealing with? Eliminate. Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't matter if we lose any units now, because we already lost a unit. So I can unleash the floodgates over here. Ah, the Great Wall of Grit. There we go. Any more battle copters? No, that was the last one. All right. Well, let's get hit by a cruiser. He's building more soiled ones. They never stop. They never stop coming. Ooh. All right. Wait. Yeah. That's the hidden spot. All right, cool. We are super hidden now. Oh, we can attack a Sword Abomination on a road. Can't attack anything else over there, though. Alright, folks, we are almost done this. We're going to be doing the last push here. And this should be enough to get us through the threshold and into a victory lane. And once we get into victory lane, everything will be good. Move there, move there, move there, move there. And right there. 28,000 money. Oof. More rockets. More rockets and more battlecopters and more artillery. That's all you need, folks. It's the perfect grit unit composition. The fighter came through. All right, come on. All right, that is literally all we needed right there. We just needed the power. That was it. Need a little extra range. Get that big range energy. And then we can finish this. There we go. Now we're just 3 turns away from victory. And in the meantime, we have many, many, many soiled abominations to destroy over here. Glorious. How far does this guy shoot? That's pretty far. That guy goes up there too. That's okay. See ya, fighter. And now we get to take the base. 3 HP infantry capping the base, as it was intended from the start. And we'll unleash the floodgates over here. And then that's pretty much it. We will build the classiest unit in Advance Wars. Thank you, David. Enjoy your party. I missed the very end of the game today, but I'm pretty sure Edmonton won. Last time I looked, I think it was like 5-1 or something. That's the way it should be. Well, there goes another unit, folks. There goes another one. Ah, and we lost the infantry that was capping. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. But it's okay. Because this is the end game, folks. We have 5 ammo and 26 fuel to get it done. So I think we are going to be fine. I am out of ammo. Well, that's not good. Could definitely be a Stanley Cup final rematch. It's looking like that could possibly be the way it's gonna go down. And if that's the case, then very cool. Very cool. Best of luck to Edmonton, the final Canadian team. Wow, that is a strong that is a strong battlecopter. Just survives that entire hit. Not many battlecopters out there can tank a flippin' anti-air hit, but Apparently Andy's can tank it. Can tank it no problem. Alrighty, just finish your attacks, Andy, so I can just shoot some things and be done with this mission. Yeah, I think Grit is like, I think he's 80% in this one. I mean, like, Toronto's a Canadian team, but Toronto's also Toronto. So, yeah, that's just what it is. It's just Toronto. Wow. It's like no damage. No damage over here. All right. All right. Whatever. That's fine. I won't be able to destroy anything else, so I'll just build some units and end the game and see what we get. Maybe we'll get a nice, good old-fashioned C rank.
Mission complete.
I'm not happy about it. Maybe, well, whatever. Don't call me a sore loser. Yeah, flippin' Grit. Oh, if you weren't so chill, I'd be upset right now. That's okay, we got it done, folks. That mission, it's over. Got a silly S rank. It's all over. Now we get to do C puzzle. But before we do C puzzle, I'm going to take a short, momentary break. And then we will be able to get started on C puzzle. And in the meantime, if you want me to play any specific CO in C puzzle, just let me know. We will do that and everything will be cool. Alright, I will be back. Sha. Alrighty, folks. I am returned to the land of Advance Wars. What a glorious land it is. S rank is not classy. Well, the classiest rank is the friends we make along the way. That is the classiest rank. Yeah, Wars World. Alrighty, folks, so we're fighting Max. I'm guessing Max is Blue Moon. Classiest rank is, I guess S plus would be. Like, 300 is probably the classiest rank that you can get. I mean, there's not really any denying that. Alright, so who are we playing for Sea Puzzle? What do we want to see? I'm not sponsored by Pepsi, by the way, guys. I'm just drinking Pepsi, because it's Pepsi. And it's also kind of late. And you know what? It's just what it is. No, Wave. I'm not sponsored by Pepsi. See, I haven't sold out yet. The delay is quite bad, eh? Well, you know, sometimes it can get bad while you're streaming. Sometimes it just has, sometimes it's just, my computer, you know? My computer is not necessarily the best thing for streaming. But I can delete some stuff. Future sellout? I'm only gonna sell out if I ever get approached by some sort of classy sponsor. If somebody wants me to sell some classy things or advertise some classy stuff, then maybe. Maybe, but I don't know. Like, what would be the point? What would have to be sold or advertised on stream in order to sell out? That would be classy enough. I don't know. It's a good question. You know what, guys? Max's medium tank Emporium. Could be good. We're just gonna go Andy, folks. We're gonna go Andy. Start selling Neo tanks? Ugh. No way. They would have to pay me an incomprehensible amount of money for me to start advertising Neo tanks. Alright, well, it would appear that this is a map. There's a bomber, classic boy of the sky, a couple dignified battleships over here, a sub, infantry, and no APCs. He's got no action-packed combat over here, folks. So it is just us that has the action-packed combat. So very cool, very nice, very interesting indeed. So what do we need? We need this. We need the base. If we can get the base, that'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty based. Indeed. I can't remember. Can we go over bridges? No, we can't. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get the cruisers on the field, folks. Lash's dog grooming. Oh, we can go over bridges. Okay. Yes, that is right. That's right. Okay. That's cool. Lash's dog grooming. I don't know about that one. I don't even know if Lash likes dogs. I don't even remember what Lash's likes and dislikes are. It's a very good question. Anyways, we're going to save just enough money so that we can get a fighter this turn so that we can immediately deal with the bomber. Once the bomber is dealt with, I think we're going to have a pretty easy time. Andy's Wrench-O-Matic. Mr. Soul for Rent. We do have a War Room stream here today, folks. Taking some big old flipping engagements against a bomber. I'm gonna sit on the city so that we can get it later. And I guess we didn't even really need the fighter because, yeah, that's like not even a threat anymore. But we're still going to build the fighter because I think fighters are very good and we need to get them on the field because they're super important. And if we don't get them on the field now, then we might not get them on the field later. And if we don't get them on the field later or now, well, then we're going to be having ourselves a bad time, folks. And we don't want to be having ourselves a bad time. We want to make sure that we have ourselves a good time and we have the tools needed in order to be successful in our daily lives. And one of those tools that we need is a fighter. 125%. Alrighty. Oh my god. That's some damage right there, folks. He built a Neo tank. He built a Soil Abomination, folks. Absolutely dreadful. Alright, let's eliminate that before it runs away. Mr. Soul for Rent. How are you today, sir? Are you having a good day? Are you chilling? And that goes to everybody in the stream now. For all those of you that have decided to join me on this fine Sunday evening, hopefully you're all having a good day. Hopefully your week was good. Nothing absolutely dreadful happened to you. Oh boy, he's not a show-off, guys. I also accidentally ended my turn, but that is perfectly fine. My fingers are too fast. You claimed an elite support skin. In what game? In what game did you get an elite support skin in? %, baby. There we go. Overwatch, eh? Nice. I used to play quite a bit of Overwatch back in the day. I wasn't necessarily very good at it, but I used to play it a lot. I think the highest rank I ever got was like 3,300-ish. Which is like, I guess that would be like low platinum. But I didn't hold it very long. That's for sure. Battleships are kind of spooky. Spooky old max battleships coming in here. This Soiled Abomination coming in here is pretty spooky. You're gonna need a classy boy of the sky in order to deal with that. And then infantry. That's it. Let's get the infantry on the field. I don't want to lose the APC. Let's see, who did I play a lot when I was playing Overwatch? Whenever I played support, I would normally play Lucio. I would play a lot of Lucio, and I would play some Moira. And I would play Mercy. Those are like my 3 main supports. Oh, we can't go and attack the fighter because these guys, or this guy can attack me, so that's not gonna work. So I'm going to protect the APC and block off this area. Yeah, I didn't mind playing Overwatch. I had to stop playing Overwatch though. It became too much. It was too much for me after a little while. One can only handle so much competition. One trick in Moira, eh? Nice. Well, that's good. Moira's a good support. You know, you can do a little bit of healing, sometimes do a little bit of damage. Yeah, the Moira orbs are always good. Plus, you know, she could hold her own against some people if they were like absolute garbage. You get those DPSs that don't know how to shoot and you just like walk around them and just laser them to death. And then you're having a good time. Stadium mode is a different beast. That's fair. Oh boy. Alright, folks. It would appear like the cruisers are coming. The cruisers are on their way. I don't even know what this guy is doing. Alright. Thanks for the free damage, I guess. You know, Soul, I love it too. From a player perspective, I love it. From like, you know, an AI perspective, not really the smartest move. But, you know, for me, this is good because I get to destroy it and now I also don't have to worry about it. So it's like double good. Anyways, so I also need to figure out like what's coming. So there's another bomber coming. There's a missile here now. You know what I need? Another bomber. Another classy boy of the sky. And then I'm just gonna sit on my base. Get another classy boy on the sky and then we are doing pretty good. If I get to the point where I have 4 classy boys of the sky, that'll be enough to take out the battleships and the cruisers. And then I can just mosey on forward and do whatever I want at that point. This is kind of a problem, though. That is a little bit of a problem. So let's get out of there. I'm not in range. of the cruiser. That could be a potentially vulnerable spot for the fighter, so I'll move him. But we are going to attack this Soil Abomination, folks, for 90% damage. Unfortunately, there's no luck involved in that. We were never going to get a luck roll. And even if we did, it would only be 9, so it would still be 99, so it wouldn't be finishing it off. But that's okay. Alright, let's save some money. Definitely want to save a little bit of money here. And he moved the anti-air back, so now I don't have to worry about the max force coming. So that's cool. I like that. $65? Ooh. That is not a lot of damage. Highlander, welcome to the stream, friend. How are you doing today? Folks, Highlander is a variety streamer or variety content creator over on YouTube. Makes some fantastic stuff, lots and lots of different games there. So if you are a fan of games and a large variety of games, I would suggest going and checking out Highlander's channel. Fantastic fella. Overhauling a bunch of videos right now, bud. Cool. That's awesome. Nothing wrong with that. You gotta get some cool, good old-fashioned content out there. And an overhaul can be good. Can be very good. Man, these max battleships, though. They're getting her done. Thank you, Highlander. I'm sure the stream will go okay. We're only going to be finishing this last mission, and then that's it. So, depending on how long this one takes, you know, is how long we will be here, but I don't think it's going to take super long. But if it does, you know, that's just the way it is, and it'll be fine. But we're going to be using some hyper upgrade here, folks. We're going to be getting those heals, getting that movement. Very classy power indeed. Now let's see what we can do with this. Oh wait, where's that? That's a +2. Okay. Max gets +2, right? +1 movement. Oh, right. Oh, but there's a fighter. That's so unfortunate. That's so rude. So rude. So uncalled for. Mr. Von Cully, welcome to the stream. Mr. Von Cully, how are you doing, sir? Hopefully you're having yourself a good day. Alright, as much as I would really like to go in and attack one of these battleships, the issue is that this fighter is going to come up and just smoke my bomber out of existence if I decide to go in and do that. and watching Combo Breaker, eh? What's Combo Breaker? I'm not familiar with that. Enlighten me. Is that some kind of a thing? Some kind of a combo breaking thing? A big fighting game event, eh? Cool. That sounds fun. I like fighting games. Once again, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm very good at fighting games, but I enjoy playing them sometimes. I played every Mortal Kombat out there. Except for the very new one. Whichever one just came out, I haven't played. But I played up until Mortal Kombat 9, 10, 11, MK11. Street Fighter 6 top 8 is on at the moment. Oh, so it's getting like really good is what you're saying. You got like the best of the best out there right now. Oh, that's awesome. Should be some good gameplay. Well, that's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping that we were going to be able to destroy that, but c'est la vie, I suppose. Guess we couldn't attack. No, we wouldn't have been able to attack the bottom one due to the battleship anyways. So that's okay. More or less what happened, and it wouldn't have happened any other way. Alrighty, let's go there. Take a big old shot right here. Bring the battle copters forward now. And then we need to get another anti-air because now there's a bunch of air units here and we have to take care of them. And if we don't, we're gonna, once again, folks, have ourselves a bad time. We don't want that. Let's just stop them from being able to go forward also. Alright. End that turn. Day 11. Max has 24,100 funds to work with. And he's got 2 fighters. See, this is why I was saying that you gotta get the fighters on the field. If you don't, you're gonna have a bad time. And what is this guy doing over here? This guy right here, what is going on here? He's trying to steal one of my properties. No. I don't think so. Much damage. 27. It's not great. You know what we need? We need to get 2 missiles on the front line. And then you know what? I am just gonna sacrifice one of these guys. Maybe even 2. I don't know. But you know what? I'm not gonna worry about power stores or technique. We're just gonna get this one done. And that's it. That's all. Alright, let's get another infantry. And then this guy's got to go over here now because he's going to try to capture one of my properties. And we don't want that. You can go right there. Alright, Max. Do your worst. Bring on the Max Force, folks. How much damage are you going to do with that? Take out your 3 units. Attacks my backline bomber. What even is that? Why would he attack the backline bomber? AI is weird, man. %52%. Whoa. I'm all revved up. Alright, here we go. And this is the turn when everything starts working out Andy. Everything's gonna come on top Andy now. Oh yeah. Max just has a normal missile. What a loser. Take out the sub. And I can't do anything against this guy because I have nothing else available. But I will plant those guys here. And I'll block that tile. We will build the Colossus unit in Advance Wars to start the push over here. This push is going to be led by the medium tank. We will lead the charge valiantly, and we will make our way. Alright, end the turn. Very unfortunate end for our good friend, the Battlecopter, but these things are necessary sometimes. Rest in peace, Sir Battlecopter. War is always tragic, man. That's so true. Tragic war. Oh, alright, so if I go and attack this fighter, will that cruiser stay on repair mode or will it attack me? It'll probably attack me. This guy has 20 fuel left, so I have to make my next couple turns count. Wait, hold on. Okay. We can do that. Go over here, and we will get another tank. This is probably about it. So, Sulfurant, Map Wizard. You got any fun content along the way? Anything that people should know about? Sulfurant is also a content creator over on YouTube, folks, mostly focusing on map-related content for Advance Wars. Making maps. Playing maps. Mapping. That's about it. Sometimes playing games. So if you enjoy the other side of Advance Wars, you know, the map making content side of it, I would suggest going and checking out Sulfurant's channel to get some of that hot map making action. Working on a tournament with Starflash, eh? Is this going to involve more Starflash fanfiction? Because I think that's the question that everybody really wants to know. 69. Nice. Well, yeah, Starflash. There's no Star Slash. Who even would Star Slash be? Sounds like the horror movie villain of Advance Wars. Star Slash. He's coming to cut your elo down. Say he's been stealing elo for 100 years. Nobody has ever seen his face before. They say if you queue up on full moon during a rainy winter storm involving lightning, and there's a black cat outside of your window, and that cat is also playing the hokey pokey, and you queue up exactly at 11:58 p.m. and it takes exactly 2 minutes to get your game, you'll be faced with Star Slash, and he will take all of your elo away. So yeah, you gotta watch out for Star Slash, folks. Dude's super spooky. It's a good cat. Good cat indeed. Yeah, queuing 25 games, it's an art. It is an art, I'll tell you that much. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a good art. Some people can do it, you know. The Star Flashes of the world, they're able to go out there, queue up 25 games. You know, probably win at least like 22, 23 of them. But you know, for us common folk out there, you know, we queue up 25 games and then, you know, we might win like 13. That's about it, maybe. Those are common folk numbers, though. There's other people out there that might be okay as well. But, you know, I queue up 25 games most of the time on my alt account. I would say I have mild success most of the time, but I wouldn't say that you can necessarily focus on any particular game so much. I mostly just do it for Live League practice. And I just spam out my turns as quickly as possible without thinking about it. Or with thinking about it very minimally. You know? Live League practice account. That's what I got. It definitely has helped my Live League play a little bit, though. I did recently actually manage to climb all the way up to the juicy 1200s in Live League Standard. So that was pretty cool. I think I'm currently sitting at like 1211. So things are looking up semi. I'll tell you that much, guys. Sky's the limit at this point. There's a theory going around that Starflash plays games better live than async since he doesn't have to context switch all the time. That's possible. See, I think one of the things that actually makes Starflash like a really good player is he's just naturally able to identify patterns on the map really, really easily. And a lot of other players, even like top level players, they can't like identify those patterns like as quickly. It takes them a little bit longer to see them, but Starflash sees them like immediately. So since he can do that, he can like immediately have a plan for like any map and almost any scenario and just go with it. And that's kind of what makes him like a really, really good live player. It's like he doesn't need to think. It's just all instinct to him. So, yeah. Starflash. Good player. I played him like twice in live. Actually, I think Starflash was the very first person I ended up fighting in the official ranked live league. And yeah, that was fun. That was fun. It didn't go too well. He had this really like weird strategy actually, which I kind of adapted into my own strategy now, which is pretty good. I won't say what it was, but it was good. But the second time I fought him, I think it would have went to about like, I think we went to day limit, or we would have went to day limit, but he had to go. But I was definitely going to be able to survive for like another like 5 or 6 days in that game. That's all it would have taken to get the day limit. I don't think I wasn't going to win, but I wanted to just like, you know, survive the 30 days against Starflash, which would have definitely been possible. But yeah, heck of a player, folks. Heck of a player. Yeah. Well, a lot of the time when it comes to these maps too, it's just like a lot of them are just like pattern recognition. You see your chains, you see what's available to you, and you just go for it. That's it. Just go for it. And plus, Starflash isn't really shy on being aggressive. And I think that's one thing also that a lot of players sort of lack is just knowing when to be aggressive. And a lot of the time, I mean, the sooner you be aggressive, it can actually be better for you. Because the sooner you get, like, you know, an early interrupt or an early KO, the sooner you can have a slight advantage, which means you might get a slight income lead, which means you might get a slight position lead, and so on and so forth, right? So, yeah. Sometimes attacking early is very good. Starflash attacks very early most of the time. Same with Poland, too. Like, Poland does that a lot of the time, too. Everybody calls Poland, like, you know, the brawler. But, I mean, it's kind of what you just have to do at the higher level. You just have to identify when you can get those really good early engagements, and then you just capitalize on it. That's pretty much it. Most of the games that I've had where I've beaten, like, higher level people, you know, I've pretty much done that. You just have to go out, not be a little wuss, and just get those engagements. You get the early engagements, and you can be good. You can't just sit back waiting for your opponent to make a mistake, because at the higher levels, they're not going to make mistakes. You just got to make them do something. That's pretty much it. Now, that being said, I haven't had really, like, the best track record against high-level players. I've beaten some of them, but I have not beaten them consistently. I still have a long ways to go, folks. Long ways to go. Yeah, well, Poland is, like, a very aggressive player. But I would say Starflash is too, you know? I mean, they're both aggressive players, just one might be slightly more aggressive than the other. But I think Starflash's pattern recognition is probably better than Poland's. But Poland is a very good player, don't get me wrong. I just think if you were thinking of, like, in thoughts of, like, tiers or whatever, you know, maybe Starflash would... I think Starflash and Poland would be, like, on the same tier, but Starflash would just be higher on that tier. That's all. They're both phenomenal players. Yeah, Poland is very aggro. He is. I've played Poland many times. He is always very aggro. Just when you think you can sit down for a second, boom. There's a flippin' tank army in your face, and you're just like, oh, well, now I have to deal with this. Cool. Thanks for that. But it's all good. It's all good. I've yet to beat Poland, though. The one time when I think I could have actually beaten Poland, I had to go, unfortunately, so the game had to be called in a draw. But I think I was in a winning position. I would just have to, like, not screw up for the next, like, 7 or 8 turns, and I probably would have won. But that being said, I mean, that's like 7 or 8 turns of not screwing up. So it can... You never know how that's gonna go. I mean, basically my track record in Advance Wars is like the second people start watching my games on Discord, I'll just lose. Just straight up. I'm like a well-known choker. You're about 50-50 against Poland? That's pretty good. Yeah, but you're like a pretty good player too, Cannon Fodder. I've seen you have some games with some people. You know, I've seen your plays. I would say that you're like not too shabby at all. So it would make sense that you would probably go at least maybe 50-50 with Poland, right? Yeah, you just gotta out-brawl him. You brawl him first. You guys get in the ring. You know, you wear him down. You wait until he's huffing and puffing, and then if you still have the energy, you might be able to land a couple shots and win the game. That's it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. I mean, the last high-level player that I beat was, I had a game against, like, Days of Plague. And I managed to get a win on him recently, and it was in Standard too, which was pretty cool. But I wouldn't necessarily say that I, like, necessarily, like, you know, deserve the win or whatever, but I just had a slightly better end game than him. I think the entire early game and mid game was much worse, but my end game was just better. I just had the slightly better plan. But I don't know. Advance Wars is a very complicated game. There's so many things that go into it. And basically at the end of the day, you know, just like anybody can take a game against anybody. You just, I don't know, you gotta get in that ring and just start throwing punches. That's it. Just get in the ring and throw punches. Hope that your punches hurt more than the other person's. And it also helps if you're gonna brawl, if you pick, like, you know, a CO that's a little bit better at brawling. You know, if they're gonna go, like, you know, let's say, like, Adder or something, sometimes you can brawl a little bit better if you're playing as, like, Jess. Not infantry-wise, but, like, tank-wise, you know? Sometimes having that slight edge on, like, firepower can help you out. Wouldn't say it's necessarily needed, but can definitely help out. Exactly, P-Dog. You just go out there and you just throw the kick punches. You just start landing fat kick punches and you hope that one of them hits them right on the chin and knocks them out. That's it. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do to win Advance Wars, folks. You just throw kick punches. And build some classy medium tanks. Alright, well. I haven't even really been paying attention to this game very much, but it looks like we're doing okay. I've kind of just been walking along the right-hand side of the map and hoping for the best here. But I think things are working out here. I think our friend Max is going to be feeling the wrath of Andy here pretty soon. But yeah, MT, very important to know your own personal weaknesses. I know my weaknesses very well, and sometimes they show a little bit more on certain maps, and sometimes on maps where my one particular weakness doesn't really matter very much, I tend to do pretty good. You just double Andy healed 2 Arties to take down a medium in Live League. Poor guy didn't know Andy privilege. Andy does have a lot of privilege. Only Andy can do those kind of things. Well played, P-Dog. Good job. You go get those wins, buddy. Well, I can't tell you what my weaknesses are. If I told everybody what my weaknesses are, then everybody would just do my weakness against me and I would never win again. But I'm pretty sure that I've talked about my weakness like multiple times, like on the channel before. But I'm not gonna say it out loud anymore. Not gonna say it out loud. Don't say that word, P-Dog. Don't say it. We're off the Neo tanks. We haven't built a Neo tank in like months and months and months. No soap has been required over here. I have literally lost Live League games because I just refuse to build the Neo tank. We're not doing it anymore. We're sticking to the bit. The bit is more important than winning. I'm trying my best, Anna. I'm trying my best. I am making up for previous mistakes. Alright, let's finish this. How much damage do we do with a copter? 42? It's actually better than I expected. Max has a co-power, right? Okay, so if he has a co-power, I could probably attack this missile, and it'll be fine. Right? Right? Yeah. We're attacking the missile. We're doing it. We're going in. Oh boy. Max won't be able to destroy the battlecopter. It'll be fine. Alright, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, the battleship shoots air, but it's Max. It's not gonna KO it. It won't be able to do enough damage. We're safe. For now. Yeah, we're only dealing with little Max with his little range. Remember, folks, you don't talk to Max about his short range. He gets embarrassed. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It would appear like a sub has appeared. What's this guy doing here? Run away! Well, I wish I could have surrounded this guy, but it looks like he's probably going to get away. Oh well. Not a big deal. We'll just get him later. That needs to be destroyed a little bit more than the other one. %105 damage. Beautiful damage. Go right there. And then we're gonna acquire the base. And we need another fighter. We haven't had any fighters here in a while. And things have just been walking around willy-nilly. I think I'm done with it. I'm done with it as of right now. Nothing else is going to be walking around willy-nilly, causing ruckus. It's over. It's over for them. I'm not even going to bother. Actually, no. I should move them. There you go. Wonderful. Day 21. Max is pretty close to getting a super co-power. Now, as long as he doesn't buy a fighter, that would really be the one thing that would kind of ruin everything right now, is if he bought a fighter. Which he didn't. He only bought a bomber. So that's actually okay. I can deal with a bomber. I can't deal with a fighter. But a bomber we can deal with. A bomber is okay. I'm going to move right there. And then I'm going to move right here. This guy's just going to be able to cause problems until I can get over there. I have to maybe sacrifice the battlecopter. $35. We're gonna get counterattacked by like 80% damage. I'm not gonna do that. No, we don't need the charge right now. We need the charge next turn. Next turn is going to be the big turn when we get all the bombers into play. That's the charge turn. Anna, trust me. Trust me. We got the biggest yeet of 2025 coming in here. Everything is going to be fine. The biggest yeet of 2025 is upon us. Cruiser. Battlecopter. Oh, we're gonna yeet, don't worry. It all just depends. It all depends. If Max is the kind of guy to just throw his bomber in here all willy-nilly, then we're gonna be yeeting pretty hard this turn. Well, that's anticlimactic. Alright, well, we're doing it for charge. Oh, yeah. That's some charge right there. Still no fighter over here. Very interesting indeed. Very interesting life choices Max is making over here. Christopher Foss. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. He bravely ran away, eh? Well, I'm going to bravely capture his headquarters then, after I destroy all of these Neo-tanks. Once all the Neo-tanks have fallen, then he has my permission to die. Stupid Bane. Why was Bane so good? Alright, I built like a thing, right? Yeah, I have a thing. It's right there. Okay. You! Oh, get over here. You've been eluding me for so long. Actually, I need to attack this. Ooh, 0% to 1 damage. That's what it's all about. God, there's too many units to move. It's too much. Too much clicking. I'm going to build a mech. Get the mechs on the field, folks. Eagle players do be like that. Oh, I was so sad. Last time when I tried to play Eagle in Live League, I was met with a sensei in high funds. And no matter what I did, I could just not get rid of the Horde. The Horde was so flippin' powerful that day. I must have destroyed, like, I don't even know. Like 130 units or something. Wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. The Horde was mighty. And then, yeah, with the map with the stupid airports that are right beside each other. But then, the next day, I queue up again and I get a map. And I'm like, you know who would be fun to play on this map? Well, let's just have a nice casual game as old hockey boy. Yeah, see? I played a Hawk versus a Sensei, but this was also a very small map. With very easy power charge and very easy property denial. And I was unable to stop the Horde on that map too. And that was very unfortunate. And it was very low income, so I couldn't really, like... Well, I say low income, but it was high funds. But it was kind of low income for high funds. So I couldn't get, like, you know, an effective army built in time to deal with the Horde before the Horde already got to me. So unfortunately, we lost 2 games in high funds to the Horde. The Zombie Plague took us for 2 games in 2 days. So that was very unfortunate. But then we queued up into, you know, old Live League standard. And we won. So that was good. Well, yeah, you need to destroy his vehicles. That's how you win. But I could not destroy his vehicles because there's just too much stuff in the way. Very small map. Not a lot of movability on that one. But that's okay. You know what? It is what it is. Both players were very kind, very nice people. They both saw me and were like, we're gonna play classy and not build any Neo tanks. And I was like, you guys are pretty cool. You're my favorite kind of people. Oh yeah, we're gonna yeet. Unfortunately, it doesn't really have a whole lot of stuff left here, but we are definitely gonna be yeeting here next turn. Well, basically, just the entire game from here on out is just gonna be pure yeet. And also bombers every single day. We're just gonna get a bomber every single day. And that's it. But yeah, I don't really like Sensei very much. I don't like fighting him. I don't necessarily really like playing him. He's super strong to play. Don't get me wrong. If you play him like right... Oh, I forgot the T-copter. Eh. Well, that sucks. If you play him right, like, he's super strong. But I don't really like playing him. I don't really want to play him. He does have baller music. You're not wrong. That's Sensei's like greatest saving grace is his music. It's such a bop. It's probably like my second favorite song. Second favorite song. But yeah, like a bad Sensei player will always run out of time at like day like 15 if it lasts that long. So if you get a bad Sensei player to day 15 and you still have time, then you're probably just gonna win, just strictly because he has no time to move his units. But like a good Sensei player won't run out of time. So that'll be a little bit more difficult, but you can still beat him. Like, he's not impossible to beat or anything. I just unfortunately got bested by the Horde. But I have beat many Senseis before. I don't really have too much of an issue fighting Sensei. Does this guy think he can get away? No. Who is this man? Run away. Oh boy. There we go. Bomber a day. Do I have anything else to move? Oh yeah, the copters are gross. Absolutely gross. But you know, as with any CO in the game, you can always find your ways around them. Just find your way to destroy them. I mean, Sensei, he's really strong on the small maps, but on the big maps, he's not like super strong. Like, if all the properties are spread out, it's a lot easier for you to actually deal with them. But if the properties are all condensed in this small, like, you know, 20 by 20 square with, like, 16 properties aside, pretty annoying. Pretty annoying to deal with. Yeah, that's all Sensei has to do is just crank out vehicles. Once you start getting the co-powers flowing, if you're buying infantry, you're not doing it right. You gotta just buy vehicles every single turn. Just get up massive vehicle numbers. You know, the Senseis, they gotta go out there, they gotta get classy, they might need to get some soap. There's lots of things they need to do. What was the one tourney match that had 1 billion followers? That was probably Jitaquin versus Shiyu. Which is actually a match that I covered on the channel. There is a video of Jitaquin versus Shiyu on the channel. Yep, Shiyu. Jitaquin fought very hard and valiantly in that battle. But that's actually a prime example of just, you know, sometimes the Horde wins. And that's that's just it. Even players like as good as old Jitaquin there. You know, sometimes the Horde gets the better of him. But that was a great game. Absolutely great game. I would suggest to anybody to go and look that game up. I think, well, I have a video of it on my channel, but I also believe that Humita covered that game on his channel as well. So I would suggest going and checking out either of the two coverages, because they're both, well, I mean, mine is just mine. You know, you guys all know what I'm all about. I'm just ranting and raving about the classiest units in Advance Wars by Web most of the time. And then other creators make content that you might also enjoy. So I would also suggest go and check those guys out too. Like Sulfur Rent. Go check out his tournament that he held in the summertime. Fantastic little tournament. Probably the best introductions to players that I've ever seen. Highly entertaining. Alright. Your most miserable game was against Jitaquin? Yeah, you know what? Actually, Oh no, we lost a bomber. Oh, that was terrible. Another content creator out there, Mansa Musa. He just came up with a really cool little thing. He came up with like a one-turn analysis video concept where he's just taken one turn out of a game and just showing that. And the first one that he did was the I don't remember who Jitaken was playing, but it was in one of the most recent tournaments. And it was just one singular turn, and it was just one fat lightning strike that did like 300,000 damage. Or 300,000 funds worth of damage. Was it Shippy? Yeah. And yeah, that was like, that was cool. I remember like I was following that game, and I was waiting for that lightning strike for so long. I was just like, yeah, it's gonna happen anytime now. And then when it finally did, I was not disappointed, folks. Not disappointed. So we got a 297 here. Apparently we lost too many units. Whatever. Not even important. Not even important. What's important is the Neo tanks we destroyed along the way. Thank you, David. Alrighty, folks. We have completed almost the entire war room. Now the last thing that we have to do is do Hawk is Coming, which is kind of a funny name because I'm not even going to say it, but it's kind of a funny name. But anyways, that's for next time. It's next week, maybe on Sunday. Yeah, the old Hawk Tua is coming. He said the funny word. But yeah, this one is going to be for next week. If I don't run out of energy or die by then. Hopefully I don't. So that we can do this mission. Apparently this one is really, really absolutely dreadful and terrible. And it's going to be bad. And it's going to take like 2 hours. So... yeah. Squash, yes, he did come in just as the party is ending. I'm very sorry, friend. But hopefully you build some classy medium tanks and have a good smile today. That's what I hope for you. No problem, Squash. No problem. But yes, this is going to be the end of the stream, but next week we're going to be doing Hawk is Coming. And yeah, then that should be the end of the war room. That'll be it. I don't really think that I'm going to do any of the repeat missions on stream. I'll probably come back and finish off these missions and try to get some S ranks here, but yeah. I was asked by some people in the Wargroove community to play in a Wargroove tournament. But the problem is I've never played Wargroove before, and I don't know what Wargroove is necessarily all about. So I was considering maybe playing Wargroove on stream and seeing what that game is all about. Apparently there's dragons. Apparently there's people on horses. Apparently there's a unit in that game that is comparable to the Soiled Abomination. Apparently it's called Golem. So, we gotta watch out for the golems. Apparently they're the stinky ones. But either way, I don't really know what to expect with that. But that's gonna be probably in the summertime. After we're done with this war room. I'll probably go back to doing some live content over on Advanced Wars by Web. I've been thinking about putting together some weekly free-for-alls. So like a 4-player free-for-all that we'll play on stream. So if you want to be a part of that, I would suggest to join my Discord, link in the description or on any of my videos, and shoot me a message saying that you might want to try to be in it. I have a couple people right now, but I want to try to cycle some people out too. Yeah, and you can beat Mr. Cannon to death on stream if you want. But you have to be here during my stream times. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that could be difficult. It would be 4-player free-for-alls on stream. It might not be in this video. I can't remember if I actually put it here, but it's on every single other video. So if you check the link in the description, there's a link to the Discord, and you can see all the silly things that we talk about in the Discord, which most are silly and some are about Advance Wars. It is on the classy tier list, that is for sure. That's also something that like people have been asking me to do for like a really long time, is do a tier list video, and I don't necessarily like tier list videos necessarily. I shouldn't say that I don't like them, but I don't really like necessarily making them because they're long. At least I find them long. They're not necessarily bad. But I was asked to do that one, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do one. But I don't know. If people like the tier list, maybe I'll try to do another tier list in the future. But I just don't know what else to do a tier list on. Do a tier list video on the type of tier list videos you like and dislike making. Mr. Cannon rates Advance Wars by web players on their personality. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know if I would do that one. I don't want to make any enemies. Any more enemies, I should say. But, I don't know. That could be interesting. Ranking Advance Wars by web players on their classiness. That could be a one. Humita is F tier because he won't let me win against him. Yeah. He won't let me win either. But one thing that is very cool about Humita is the one time when I played him on stream, he was like, we have to open with a medium tank. And I was like, okay. Alright. So we both opened up with a medium tank. Well, I shouldn't say we opened up with a medium tank because technically he built a recon before his medium tank. But I think the goal was the first one to get a medium tank was the winner. But the map was dumb, and it allowed for him to build a recon first, and then build a medium tank still first, before I got a medium tank on the field. So he also got the advantage of having an early recon, and the first medium tank, and I was very disappointed. I was very disappointed. It did not go well. And then he destroyed one of my medium tanks with a combination hit. Ugh. Very disappointed. But either way, is what it is. Humita is a great content creator. I would put him in... I don't know. You have to wait for the tier list, I suppose. Anyways, that's going to be the end of the stream, folks. I literally just heard my child fall out of her bed, so I am expecting her to be crying on the baby monitor anytime soon here. So enjoy yourselves. Have a great evening. Take care, and bye-bye for now.